How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make speed garage like Kettama and Interplanetary Criminal. Interplanetary Criminal, most famous for his track Baddest of Them All, absolutely took over and pushed speed garage to the mainstream, and Kettama has been working away tirelessly, releasing banger after banger for the last few years. Their track Yosemite has been blowing up. The track was released on Kettama's own label, Steel City Dance Discs, and has done over 5 million streams since its release at the start of December. This track seems to be a favourite amongst those in the speed garage scene. Anyway, here is my remake of their track Yosemite. This track can be broken down into 4 easy to follow parts. Firstly, we have that huge speed garage bass. Then we've got the energetic drums. 90s style rave lead. And lastly, the effects and vocals.
Come catch me, babe.
Step 1, the bass. So this bass is made using the synth Serum. It's actually a preset for my Speed Garage Volume 2 pack. If you've got the pack already and can't be asked to follow along, then it's the Yosemite preset. So obviously just scroll through and grab it. If you haven't got it, the pack has got tons of basses, leads, plucks and reeses for making 6 Speed Garage. It makes it so easy if you just load up Serum, go through the different presets and just load up epic bass sounds. Great, I'm going to show you now how to make it from scratch. Great, so initiate preset, oscillator B on, go to digital, harmonic morph, put that in both, digital, harmonic morph. We're then going to pitch this down by 2 octaves. We're going to detune, plus 23, minus 23, it's going to sound like this. Turn that sub on and pitch that down by 2 octaves. We're then going to go to this macro 1, click this and then drag that onto the wavetable of both. We can then drag this up. So it's sounding roughly there, but still quite a long way off. Let's turn the filter on, A, B, and let's make that an NG low 24. Let's drive some cutoff, bring that back. I mean, that's pretty close already. There's a slight click, so let's go to envelope 1, bring that attack up. From here, you can obviously bring this macro up, change it a little bit, but I've got it set to about 49. So what you could then do is add some effects. So you can add an EQ to boost some of the high end, add a compressor, keep the threshold to about in the middle, and then boost the gain a little bit. Add a small bit of reverb, got about 12%, and add some dimension to make it a little bit wider, but make sure you put that size all the way to 0. We've also got a little bit of hyper at 22%. Let's have a look at the MIDI. So we are in the key of A sharp minor. We've gone from A sharp down to E sharp, and then we're leaving this huge gap, and then doing that classic speed garage up and down. C sharp, and then D sharp, and then that just repeats itself. Great, now we've got the bass, we can have a look at the drums. Great, so firstly we've got this kick. If I take the effects off, it's still a very heavy kick, but we've just used this drum bust to sort of bring out the crunchiness and the drive, and then we've also got this glue which is really boosting the volume. I mean, another way of doing that, you could literally just drag it up, but for some reason, yeah, I use this glue compressor. This makes it a little bit more clicky at the start and helps it punch through the mix a little bit more. This is the same as the glue compressor, so this is the exact same plugin by Cytomics. I just prefer the user interface of this one. This just looks ugly. Right, next we have this top loop. When making Speed Garage, you obviously need Speed Garage drums. This top loop is from my Speed Garage Volume 3 drums pack. The pack has tons of one-shots, loops, and effects for making Speed Garage like Kettama, Interplanetary Criminal, Soul Mass Transit System, and many more. For example, if we just scroll through, you can just drag and drop these top loops in the Speed Garage genre. It's still going to work. So yeah, to get loops like this, you can either go to my website, you can go to like Reddit, search for like drum, speed garage loops and shit like that. Great, so next we have the lead. Let's have a look at the MIDI first. So it's G sharp, and we're just repeating that over and over again. So it's like in a double like this. So it's on the offbeat and then on the sort of where the clap would hit. I mean, yeah, it sounds really good. What we've got is this serum patch. So this is another preset from the Speed Garage Volume 2 pack. But yeah, we've got an oscillator A is a saw wave. So obviously when you first turn it on, you're gonna have these, or you can go to analog, basic shapes, and select the saw wave. But yeah, what we've done is change the fine tune -4 and then +29 on oscillator B. We've also got the unison pitched up to 5, and the detune on this first one is 0.13, unison on 5, and then the detune is 0.19. The sound is literally made with like this detune and the fine tune in this. So if I bring it up, basically a super saw that's obviously being detuned quite a lot, hence why it's causing that sort of retro stabby sound. Another thing to note as well, the MIDI is really short. So if you were to make this MIDI long, it completely change the sound. Get what I'm saying? So yeah, make sure you got that nice and short. Oh. Great, and lastly we have the vocal. Obviously there's not much I can say about the vocal, but one interesting thing is this crowd noise. So this is really cool. It really helps to fill out the drop. I noticed this in quite a few of like the old Speed Garage tracks. They like to fill out the drops and stuff with this crowd noise. Without it, it does sound a bit empty. But when you add it, so you can find this in that Speed Garage 3 pack that I mentioned earlier. But yeah, I mean, if you look online for like crowd noise and other stuff, I'm sure there's plenty. But yeah, I don't know, it really helps to fill out the drop. I've noticed this in some of like the Mass, Medium and Club Caviar remixes, if you're aware of them. And they like to use a lot of crowd noise and stuff. And yeah, it really does help fill out, because obviously this is quite a simple drop. We've got bass, drums, lead and vocal, and there's not a lot else going on, and there never is in these old sort of Speed Garage style tracks. So yeah, adding like some almost like filler with crowd noise really makes it sound more atmospheric. Great, thank you very much guys. I hope you learned something new that video, and I will see you next week for next week's video. Cheers.